I met a girl on Tinder maybe 8 or 9 days ago, and we clicked really well, and we're both kind of like adventurous people, so we wanted to go to Montreal. We live in America, 6.5 hour drive. Boom, we're in Montreal.
Okay. I'm not going to show that guy's whole clip. Honestly, I can't believe he posted that on the internet. He was like, hey, story time. I'm going to like summarize what he said because it's a long story. And then I'm going to show the important point. This story has hope, okay? It's probably going to be enraging, but it also has hope. He goes on to say like, yeah, like we went to Canada, it's a long drive, whatever, fun. We had an Airbnb, we had dinner. We went and hung out with one of her friends who lives in Montreal or whatever. But the reason we came here was to go clubbing. Because when I was, had turned 18, I couldn't wait to go clubbing and get wasted. Then he goes on to talk about all the alcohol he consumed. And it's bonkers. And he's like, yeah, I was basically like pretty much like blacking out. And he's just like minimizing all of this. Like, it's so fun, and I'm drinking all these shots. He's bragging about all this alcohol he's had. Meanwhile, he's in a foreign country with a girl he just met on Tinder. He's sharing an Airbnb with. He's literally linked to on this adventure with, and he's just like, yeah, I'm drinking so much, I'm living my best life.
Put a shot in a double vodka cran. I was getting lit, okay? She wasn't feeling well. I should, in that moment, say, let's go home, or at least I can take you home. I, blackout drunk, made a mistake like everybody does, not defending it, just saying, I made a bad mistake. I did not take her home. I continued clubbing and going out. The breaking point in the night was I went into a club and she didn't go in. And she sat outside in Montreal in a random city and waited for me. And I feel very bad about that.
You should!
That, no bueno. I should not have done that, but I was just so drunk. And like, I don't even really remember. To be clear, I don't remember most of this. Most of this is from what she told me, because I called her. So bad things happen. She didn't have a good time.
Aww.
Usually, and from my experiences, if you have a bad night with somebody, you go home, you wake up, and you talk about it. You apologize. Sometimes things can't be resolved. So you just cut it there, and you probably never talk again, and it just is what it is. But she took a little bit of a different approach. I wake up, she's gone. If I'm at home, like in my house, and I wake up and she's gone, I'm like, all right, fair enough. But we're in Canada, not our country, foreign country, okay? She's gone, passport gone. I ring. Hello? She is at the airport, flying home. We drove here. So now I'm in Montreal alone. And maybe that's what I deserve.
That is what you deserve.
But it's interesting because I don't know what to do. Like, do I go out? Do I stay in? I'm all alone.
Aww.
It's wild. It's going to be a core memory. I just can't believe, like, I got left in Montreal. Wild.
Okay. So the enraging part is that he can't believe that he got left. Who am I going to go clubbing with? Who am I going to get blackout drunk with and abandon in a foreign country? What woman can I put at risk tonight? Like, the fact that men never consider our danger. Like, they never consider that they are the danger, but they also definitely don't consider the danger of other men. Like, they definitely don't consider all the danger. Like, this woman, like, if you're clubbing, it's probably like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. She's outside. And he clearly didn't learn his lesson because he's like, I should go clubbing tonight. Let's go black out tonight. Dude, first of all, men, I know that we like teach women that they shouldn't drink too much because men are gonna grape us. And like, that's true. I hate that like it's on us to, you know what I mean? Like we know that whole conversation. We should be allowed to drink without worrying about getting a grape. But like, I really wish parents were talking to their sons and being like, you really don't want to black out. And I've had a lot of alcoholics in my life. I used to get blackout drunk. That is why I stopped drinking, because I was so afraid of what would happen to me because you're in such a vulnerable state. Apparently, I would run into walls. I was talking to my hand and like all kinds of crazy stuff. And one of the stories is that I blacked out drank when I was in high school, and all my friends, who were all men, were like, what? One of my guy friends told me that this was the conversation that happened, and I was like, oh my God. So I started to like really not trust being drunk around these men because they were like, what do we do with her? And one of them was like, well, we could do stuff to her. And then I think one of them was like, no, it's Mel, which also even that response is so just, no, let's not grape her. It's Mel, one of the boys, because that's what I was. I was one of the boys. I was the cool girl. could drink all these guys on the table. I was the tomboy who could give it back to them just as much as I could take it. You know what I mean? Like, even like the good guy in that scenario was like a would-be rapist. I'm sure he's coerced, all of them have coerced someone in their life if that was their approach to their friend being blackout drunk. But anyway, the point is that men do not seem to even understand that are they not only terrifying to be around when they're sober, when they're drunk, like, dude, you should not be drinking. Clearly you make terrible decisions. Okay, so I don't need to go into this guy and how, wow, this is what women are dealing with. I mean, this is what we've always been dealing with, but men are admitting this online. Like, that guy posted that himself. This is how they are just like so, I mean, I want to say dumb and clueless, but they're not, because that would let them off the hook. Men are not dumb. They're not clueless. They are selfish and entitled and don't see us as humans. That's what that's about. But I am so proud of that 18-year-old girl. Even in my 30s, I don't think I would have done a move like that. Being like, you ditched me. Fork you. I'm not driving home with you tomorrow. I'm flying home myself. Like, I don't think I've ever been that bold. You know, what I would have done, especially when I had done so much less healing, was gone home, or probably I would have gone out and stayed with this dude and babysat his ass because I had so much codependency and I've had such, I had to work through a lot of my issues around enabling addicts. But if I had been not that sick and had just gone and taken care of myself and gone back to the Airbnb like that girl did, I would have slept there, which means I would have put myself in a position where that drunk guy coming home could probably violate me too. I'm not victim blaming here. I'm just saying, a man who's blackout drunk is not a safe person to be around. They're sharing an Airbnb and she doesn't know him. Please do not go on trips with men you don't know. Look what this guy did to her. And again, she's young. She want to have fun, but she hasn't learned, like older women my age and whatever. All women end up having to learn that men are terrifying. That guy seems like such a nice, fun dude. But when you listen to what he said, it's like, no accountability. Yeah, like, I get it. Like, we could just, like, talk it through or whatever. Like, I guess maybe I deserve this. I don't know, but I want to go party. And again, he's 20. But this is how they think, and they say it out loud. And so I am so proud of this girl, whoever you are. If you ever see this, maybe you will. I'm so proud of you, because even more healed Melanie would have stayed in that hotel room because I was also cheap. I didn't value myself, and I'm not the person who would pay an expensive Uber to go home. I'm the person who would walk 10 miles, if I even left a situation like that to begin with. But instead of waiting for this dude to drive her home, she was like, fork you, dude. Left his ass. Paid money for a ticket. A last minute flight home. That right there is a level of self-respect and protecting one's peace and decentering men and their feelings. She don't care how that guy feels about her leaving. She prioritized her safety, her self-respect, her love for herself, her peace. And that gives me so much hope, y'all. An 18-year-old girl thinking like that? I'm not saying that women haven't thought like that before, but I didn't know many, or maybe any, when I was 18. That is like next level. I am so excited for women who are starting to center themselves, because patriarchy will never center them, pouring in themselves. And all of that is what builds confidence. All of that is what builds self-respect. And in my own experience, and in my opinion, that is the only way women will ever end up with men who deserve them, is by consistently saying no to men who try to pull crap like that. And also risk being alone. Is the risk you take is being alone. When you don't take that risk, you could end up with a man who doesn't give a crap about you, or who could kill you.